2, 1. What's up, guys? It's the Board Game Roamer, and I am back with Act 2 of The Forest of No Return. It's an Aventuria, the board game. Goodness me. Aventuria, the card game, and we're back with our two heroes, Hilbert of Alwyn and Arbosh, son of Angrax, and we are ready to continue. So I've already got everything set up. I've got the combat stuff set up. We're going to go through obviously we're going to start the act. As far as things from last time, I didn't have to make one change. When I did the deck construction, if you remember, I took the reward card for Arbosh and I put it in his deck, and I double checked the card type, and based on that type I had actually removed the wrong card, so I put the card that I had removed back in the deck and removed a different card. So this deck's done. I've already gone through and I have the hands ready for each of our heroes. Done the 5 cards, got rid of a couple that I didn't want and redrew. So we're going to start with the book, and we're going to go to Act 2 and see how our fellows do. So let's get started. So let's go to Act 2. I know it's been a while. I've been pretty busy, and so hopefully I'm gonna get back in the swing of things here. So let's start with Act 2. This is called the Castle Ruins, and what I'll do, I know it's hard to see that up here. When we actually start combat, I'll let you know what all this does. And here in the corner, you can see I've got a place where we can actually see the cards, hopefully. So hopefully that will help. We'll try that this time around. The good news is that Logitech finally released some software with my cameras, so now I can turn off the autofocus and manually fix some things that I could not before. So now we hopefully will have fewer problems, and I can make things a lot more specific, and make them look like I want to. So here we go. And I also welcome to allergy season, so that's why I sound kind of stuffed up. Act 2, the Castle Ruins. Kessel Andergast in the year, I'm going to put this up where I see it, in the year 993 BF. As you're walking towards Castle Andergast, it dawns on you that something is amiss. The castle is in ruins. The once impenetrable buildings have been razed to the ground, leaving only the lower levels intact, and the castle's walls are smoke blackened from a fire that must have ravaged the complex for days. But even so, the walls still pose a formidable obstacle, leaving you with no other choice than to work your way through the gatehouse. So what it asks us to do is to take this card called Noise, which I have right here, and put it out, put 2 tokens on it, which I've done. Next, it's asking all heroes to make a craft roll. Every hero makes a craft roll. So craft for Hilbert, and by the way, I randomly drew from this bag. Hilbert was the first player, so we'll start with him. His craft is 14, so let's see what we get. A 4, so that is a success. Silently you start working and find out that the gatehouse's portcullis can be lifted, so that's good. And then up 14 as well for Arbok. And 13 for him, so we're good. Both successes. Not a critical, but not failures either. It says if no hero has achieved a success, everybody makes a craft roll again, but everybody achieved a success, so we're good there. You step into the castle and climb around in its ruins. The strange architecture of this place catches your eyes, but there is nobody around to ask if it's always looked like this, or if this is the result of powerful magic that was cast here. Again, you feel the eerie silence weighing you down like a heavy blanket and thousands of spiteful eyes watching you. You know that those eyes belong to bewitched animals, but apart from a couple of small shadows here and there that hastily scurry away, you cannot make out any kind of detail. After some exploration, you finally stumble upon something worth your while: the armory. Here you can prepare for the inevitable encounter with the monsters that call this castle their new home. And now every hero will make a perception roll. So again, we'll start with Hilbert. His perception is, oh my, it's an 8. And he rolled a 7. Holy crap. I was just barely making it. That is a success. You get some preparations done. At the start of the following combat, you may draw one additional card into your hand. As a reminder, you now draw an action card and place it in front of you. Okay. Well, I'll just put it right there on top of his thing. And another perception roll for Arbok. His perception is 10. And it's a 17. That is a fail. You stumble helplessly through the armory's ruins without finding anything of value. Place one counter on the noise card. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to grab another counter on the noise card. So there's the noise card. After continuing your search of the castle for some uneventful hours, you find its former banquet hall. The room is completely devastated, and even the ceiling crushed down on it. It looks as if the last of the castle's defenders made their final stand against their overpowering foes in this room. In a corner, you find a book bound in leather, with diary entries in a delicate female handwriting. The paper has suffered greatly, making it difficult to decipher the words. So now, we're going to, every hero makes a knowledge roll. Hilbert's knowledge is a 10. He succeeded. Success. You failed to decipher more than a handful of words, but one thing is certain. Castle Endergast was destroyed by the powers of evil. Take one fate point. So, there's our fate point. Put that there for him. And knowledge roll for excuse me, Arbash. That's what did I say? Goodness, knowledge. It's a 10 for him. So, gosh. Okay, well, he failed. The writing is completely crab, and he can't read it. So, nothing special for him. While you are still asking yourselves what horrors may have ravaged this place, you hear a terrifying howl and a nerve-wracking scratch on the doors, heralding an appearance of those very horrors. Driven forward by an unspeakable power, a large number of animals of various shapes and sizes jump, crawl, and creep through the cracks and holes in the walls directly towards you. They are led by a werewolf, a terrible magical creature whose bite carries a ghastly curse. Alright, so that has us assemble the cards, which I've already done. The henchmen, all the henchmen in this deck are animal of the type animal underground and or animal forest. Threat value is the number of heroes in the group times 3, so that's going to be 6, plus the number of tokens we have here. So we have 3 tokens, so that's going to be 6 and 3, that's going to be a threat value of 9. Now, what I'm going to do here, just because I'm trying to save a little bit of space and get this up here where you guys can see it, I'm going to do left to right rows for the henchman if it has to come down. That way, this area down here is usable for you guys. So it may be that the discard pile or the endurance pile may be slightly off screen for these guys. But hopefully I can get all the equipment and anything that stays ongoing in these areas for you. So let's do the threat. And remember, it's 9 threat. Alright, so let's do that first. So the first thing we have is a timid barn cat. with a threat value of 3. Then we have a cautious crowned stag for 3, so that's 6. And lastly, we have a sly. Oh wow, a sly cougar. Whew. These are alright. So timid barn cat. There's the card for timid barn cat. 8 hit points, 10 dodge, no defense, 1 action, and well, I'll put that over there. We don't necessarily. Cautious crown stag, a bit more daunting. 18 hit points, and no defense, but no dodge either. So I guess that's a plus. Sly cougar. 17 hit points. Man. No defense and 1 action. So, should be interesting. So, it also has us put out the Werewolf of Andergast card, which is right where you at here. It only has 4 hit points. But he is nasty because the Werewolf of Andergast ignores all damage and is immune to damage loss from any source. Magic attacks causing 7 or more damage make him lose 1 health. That sucks. So he has 4, but you got to do a crap ton of magic damage in order to actually damage him. That should be fun. Let's see here. Environment. Collapse Bank Hall. Every hero receives an adventure card, Fortress Debris, to place next to his hero card. So we have Fortress Debris. We'll put that down here for each of our heroes. Then it says, place a body control counter on the first endurance card of each hero. When this endurance card is ready, the hero must make a body control roll. If it fails, the card is immediately exhausted. So basically, we get +1 to our dodge, but we are potentially losing endurance. Okay, so we'll see how that works. It's interesting. And finally, hero action, attack with silverware. Every hero max once per turn. Basically, this is going to do a stealth check, which neither one of us are very good in stealth at all. But it's going to let us make an attack roll. This skill does not count as an attack, so we can do our normal attacks in addition to this. If it's successful, the werewolf loses 1 life. The hero action ignores the werewolf and gets the ability to ignore any life loss. So this is a way for us to, especially for instance, Arbosh here, who can't do any magic damage, to actually be able to damage the werewolf. So we're definitely going to need to take advantage of that. And we're going to have to hope we roll low. So let's get a counter here. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to put the counters on here. um, to make sure that we have that out as a reminder. And then I think, having done that, we can take our turns. Of course, before we do that, we probably need to take a look at these cards. So let's take a look at these cards. And of course, the end condition, the victory is well, let's look at the defeat. Every time a hero is disabled, you receive a death token. You have a number of death tokens equal number of heroes. You lose combat. That's pretty standard. When all remaining non-disabled heroes have been turned into werewolf cursed, which yeah, there's one of these attacks that as you shuffle that werewolf curse card into your deck, or when the third hero is turned into a werewolf curse, you also lose combat. So basically, if we both get cursed, if we both get cursed, we lose. That's not going to be cool. Victory, you're victorious when you defeat or put to flight all opponents. Reward cards equal to the number of heroes. Fortunately, this werewolf does not require us to defeat him before we can defeat any of these, so we can kind of freely attack anybody currently. Oh my, wait a minute, I just read this. The threat value is the hero party time. Oh, okay, I did that too. Okay. Never mind. For a second, I thought I messed that up. Alright, so let's take a quick look here at our deck. So we have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't draw enough cards. 4, 5, and then we had one extra card. Okay, so we have for Hilbert, Martyr's Blessing. Basically damage reduction. Miracle. Improve the dice result of a failed skill roll or attack roll of a hero of your choice by X+3. Magical Lore. So we can increase our magic attack. Sleight of Hand. We can increase our ranged attack. Temple Donation, which is going to allow us to get some fate points, which we probably want to utilize to get rerolls. And a reroll on damage from an enemy, and they have to take the lower amount of damage. So that's Hilbert's deck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Arbosh's deck. We have Unexpected Attack. Basically, this is a counter attack when we take damage. It's a red card, so that's a one-off. Costs 3. Stunning Blow. In an adventure, an opponent of your choice has one less action, so maybe we can lock somebody down. Oh, by the way, the werewolf has 2 actions. Everybody else has 1. Then we have Warfare. Increase our melee by 3. We have Athletics. Increase our dodge by 1. And then we have Self-Control. Increase our melee by 2. So 14, 17. If we actually played those 2 cards, we're always going to hit unless we roll a 20 with melee for this guy. Of course, that's going to cost us a lot of endurance to do that, so I don't know if we can do that. But we shall see. So that is the setup for combat. So we've got Hilbert going first. We have an interesting fight ahead of us, certainly. And I hope you will join me next time as we start our actual first round of combat. Again, this is the Force of No Return, Act 2 for the Aventuria card game. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you enjoy this. I'm really excited to actually go all the way through an adventure, all 3 acts with this, just so you can kind of see how that plays instead of just seeing the one-off. And we will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.